he said he was not supposed to be naughty. And he started with a joke about making love to Santa Claus. So I'm just like, the
mail truck door.
Indianapolis!
Thought it was a dungeon door.
Sean Dick and Cheese.
Welcome back, Stamp Tramps, to Attempted Delivery. Yes, we have a name for our fans. Our fan.
He's choking already.
With us, laughing at our ridiculousness, is fellow comedian, Kreg Paul.
Hey, thank you. Welcome to all you snail trails out there. Like it's...
I thought Stamp Tramps were pretty brilliant.
Well, let's pump the brakes on brilliant. But it's good. Yes. I buy it. It's just not what I was expecting.
Right on.
You have any better names for our guest? Or our guests?
Oh, see, you're gonna find
fans.
throughout this process that I am not quick on my feet. So that is, I could go home and write 20, but not right now.
Yeah.
Drawing a blank. Yeah.
Speaking of, you are definitely like one of the best joke writers I think around here. And I don't know if you hate hearing that or not. It was hilarious at a Church of Satire when Elliot was fucking with you to bring you up as the greatest joke writer in Pennsylvania. Like,
I just don't deal well with compliments on any axis.
Same.
So like I feel like I'm pretty good at writing jokes. Yeah. I think it's maybe just that I'm so bad at performance that the jokes stand out.
Yeah, like holy shit, this guy? That's amazing.
This guy has been standing still in one spot for 45 minutes. He's still getting laughs. Yeah, I'm not a dynamic performer. Like I'm not. No.
Well, the hands go a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's actually one of the reasons why I don't take the mic out of the stand.
Yeah, because you can.
Yeah, well, because I'm ambidextrous, and I know people say that, but like I have like symmetrical hand movements and stuff, so I never really like felt comfortable with a mic in one hand.
Oh, that's funny. I'm never gonna not notice that now. When you do you do the same movements?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of this. There's a lot of this.
I've noticed that, but I just
constantly.
never. That's funny.
Oh, I noticed that. Like, I just sit there and catalog other people's twitches. Mm-hmm. Like, there used to be a guy named Gary Limoges. I don't know if he's still doing it, but he's a funny comic.
Oh, for sure.
And
Yeah,
stuff.
he's awesome.
But he would do this thing where he wouldn't take the mic out of the stand, but he would like run his fingers up and down, and it was just like the grossest thing to watch. As soon as you notice it, you can't.
That's
watch
funny.
It. Oh my god!
The one show I did with that guy, it was that one in Castle Rig, the one in Carlisle, I think Carlisle, and we didn't even have a mic stand. It was like, damn it, I hate this because I lean on it all the time.
For sure.
So it's like I like messing with the mic stand.
I bring two mic stands with me everywhere I go. I have a real mic stand, and then I built like a gimmick mic stand. There's these selfie stick like phone stands you can get that like if you press a button the legs pop out.
Yeah.
So I cut the top off, and then I put like a universal microphone clamp onto it and just taped the out of it. So when they were doing shows back at Savannah's at the Den or whatever.
Yes.
They never had a mic, and so the one day I just come out and I go weep, thwap, and there's a mic stand. It was like a magic trick. It was great.
It is. I've thought about buying one for certain shows. I hate the one thing I hate the ones that are like music mic stands, like the ones with the three.
It's like the split
tripod versus a boom stand.
Yeah,
because it knocks into your feet and stuff.
Yeah, and then it's like bouncy. You can't. I don't know. Because like I said, I lean on all the time, so I like kind of like.
It's like the simplest type of show to get right.
Mm-hmm.
There's a microphone. There's a mic stand. There is preferably like a corded microphone, right? Not a cordless. Like you need something roughly stool shaped so you can set stuff on.
Right.
You need one light, and that's it. I used to be a technical director of a theater and stuff. And it's like, we got 75 set pieces for Wizard of Oz and stuff. And it's like, so I walk into these shows and they can't figure out stool mic light.
Right.
Like it drives me.
It is hilarious.
That's the annoying thing about some bar shows where they only have like cushioned seats, and I'm like, I'm not trying to spill my shit or like.
Yeah, well,
I just
and
need
it's
something to
funny.
set my
That's another
set list
thing.
on,
Can't
like-
just bring a stool too, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
collapsible stool. I'm about to. I actually have one. I might start
I
taking
have one of
that.
those too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, actually, I might start putting that in my car when I have shows.
Yeah, my car already looks like it's owned by a homeless prepper.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know how much. I'm about
A
to
homeless prepper that drives a Prius.
the contents of that Prius would probably like surprise a lot of people. Sometimes I feel like putting all my gun stickers and all my army stuff on the Prius just to confuse people.
That would
and
be so
stuff.
funny.
Like, I like to go low profile and stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I could get like those veterans tags and stuff. I don't get that stuff because like I always feel like fucking cops are gonna like see the veterans like, global war on terror and stuff, and they're gonna like approach a little more cautious.
Well, I would do it to not get pulled over if I were you. Less of a chance of
Yeah, I
getting
guess
pulled
I
over
could-
because they're like, he's fine.
Yeah, but I think
Could go either way.
from the inside, all those dudes get like very similar training on use of force and stuff. And like I remember, at least back in the day, one of the videos they would always show was like this crazy veteran in his truck.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to do suicide by cop, but he accidentally like just killed the cop. Yeah. So
shit, I can't do anything right. Just fucking pissed.
mission failed successfully. Fucking yeah, but like I think like that was
Oh my god, that's dark but very funny. They like muscle memory kicked in, and he just did like what he was trained to do.
Jesus. Yeah, and then especially with all the random stuff, it's like I do feel like one of these days they're gonna try to do the whole like vets with PTSD like as a problem because they like to pick a little like a small group and then just make that the butt of all.
Certainly, yeah.
Right now it's trans folks, and I'm sure it's gonna be like vets with PTSD at some point.
Someday,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And,
that's like a thing. A buddy of mine said he wouldn't join. Like he's a gun guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be he like didn't have an NRA membership for that reason because he's
Oh,
like,
no.
at some point, this is going to be something that is like a problem. Like they're going to be like, which might not happen, but also could. I don't know.
Well, I got strong opinions on the NRA because fuck them.
Well, I don't.
The
have
only okay, I did. The only gun rights organization I ever joined, sort of, was when I was in Iraq the first time in 2003. I was really big into the gun rights and stuff. It's the thing, right? I'm super liberal about most stuff, but like the Second Amendment thing is big for me. And I was reading the I think it was McDonald versus Chicago. There are two landmark cases, one in DC and one in Chicago, that kind of like broke open, individualized the Second Amendments. You know, not going to get into it. Probably not even saying it right because I haven't really done that in a while. But but like I was looking through the amicus briefs. Anytime there's a Supreme Court, you can just file an amicus brief like in support of the argument or whatever. And one of them was filed by an organization called the Pink Pistols.
Yeah.
Ready?
They were a gay gun rights organization. And at the time, I believe they've changed it. At the time, their motto was "Armed f***s don't get bashed." I was like,
right.
if that ain't the goddamn most American thing,
Yeah.
I think they changed it to "pick on somebody your own caliber," which is cute, but like,
Right.
That's not.
you know,
it's,
that's more on the stamp tramp level.
Yeah.
Of like, but
How dare you?
but I thought it was like so funny and like, but like so American, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I grew up super religious and got away from all that stuff, and then religious extremists trying to kill me all the time in the Middle East. I'm just so I wrote and I'm like, hey, that's the most American thing I can. Put my address and I think it was Fallujah at that point. They sent me back a pin, and so I wore a little pink pistol like triangle with
Nice.
a Weaver's isosceles on my body armor for a couple deployments in Iraq and stuff. That's the only gun rights organization I've ever supported, honestly.
Word. Sounds like a good one.
Yeah, I don't really join groups, but if you're gonna join one, it should be one that's funny.
yeah. That's on the top of my list for groups.
We were talking about maybe getting a gun.
Nice. Let me know.
Never-
I'll steer you in the right direction.
That's what I figured.
I got a guy.
Or for the toddler.
Yeah, yeah.
Pink. Get Tiffany blue gun.
No, we got to protect ourselves from her.
Yeah.
You're a parent. You know what that's like.
I mean, I will say I have like again, I was a paratrooper, did 5 deployments and stuff, and but when I got out of the Army, I went back to art school and then ended up working in theaters as like a scenic designer and a carpenter and all this other stuff. And so my friend group is very varied. And the amount of people like during COVID and after who were like, I think I want to buy a gun. Like, is startling. So the amount of like very nervous people I've taken to the gun range who later turned out to like that a lot, because it is one of those things. It's like if you've never done it before, it's hard to. It's probably a lot like stand-up comedy, honestly. Like if you've never done it before, it's like seems like a big deal, and it's still a big deal, but for different reasons. Than when you started,
right?
It becomes the big deal becomes just making sure you still respect it, but at first, it's like, oh, okay, this is a tool that has one purpose, and fucking don't.
But combining the two seems really scary.
I did have I was thinking, like I used to want to do this podcast thing. Obviously, like this has warned me off of ever doing that. But like, I was trying to think of a bunch of podcasts, and one of them was brilliant, and I might not say it because, but like one of them that I immediately did not go for, I was going to call it GI Jokes.
Yeah.
I was just going to get like comics to come out and do like sort of vaguely military style tasks and stuff. I thought the video component would be like really funny.
That would be funny.
Like I wanted to make it a competition thing. Have like 3 comics up, and like we'll do a shooting portion. We'll do like a little run. And I know I don't look like it, but I'm a good runner and stuff. But like, you know those ghost hunter rigs where like they have the camera like to their face and it tracks them or something?
Right.
Imagine just like I don't know like any comic, you like just 2.5 miles into a 3.5 mile run, just like with this. And then like most comics I know are like weirdly low key, like competitive. And so like that's why you got to get them like going against each other. Cause like you're not going to run 3 miles on your own. Right. But like put you next to me and I'm like barely breathing hard. Like you might actually, it's funny to me, but it's just
I can't let Kreg beat me. I can't fucking do it. I gotta.
Even when I was skinny and stuff, I was 185 pounds and stuff, and I was really fast. So I used to have this effect I would have. I would go and run like 5Ks or whatever. When I was in the Army, I was 190 pound-ish, and I would run. I ran the Army 10 miler in right about an hour, so like 10 6-minute miles back to back.
Nice.
Right. I used to run my 2 miler in around 11. Right. So I would like go run, even when I got out and started getting like chubby, I can still run faster than most people. If I would go run a 5K, like I would start off, I would edge my way to the front and people would look at me funny because they're all wearing expensive gear and they're skinny looking and stuff. And I would just take off. But what most of these people don't realize is like, I've done it a long time. So every mile I do, I get faster. My third mile is always like, a minute faster than my first mile and stuff. And so like I attract this commentary tail of just like, I will not let this fat motherfucker pass me and stuff. But like, it's gotta be, it's the only thing that kept me like running those races for as long as I did and stuff, just to see the looks of defeat on all these skinny people's faces.
You still have the pipe? You fucking running with the pipe in your mouth?
I've never done that, but I definitely 100% could. I do remember during the COVID thing, I did a video and never like put it out or anything, but like I had my one friend who kept on like, was real big about the mask stuff. And so I'm like, you're going to suffocate in that mask. So I put on a N95 mask and ran 5 miles and recorded the whole thing. And at the end of it, I'm just like 5 miles, 245 pounds, N95 mask. I'm still alive, you weak fuck. I don't know. Let's see. I did gay rights and COVID. What else can I piss people off about?
Well, let's do some of the obligatory questions. Like, how long have you been doing stand up?
I'm bad with dates and time and stuff. I feel like it's coming up on 9 years. That seems like it's too long for where I'm at. But
well, I remember very early on, like we started this podcast to like in conjunction with starting. And before we actually started, we went like to the Comedy Zone, Phantom Power, and I do actually remember you being at the first one that we went to. So I knew it had to have been at least
2 of them because we went to the Zone twice before we started.
Right.
Before you did comedy at all?
Yeah.
just
Just
to watch,
see what
see
the
what-
open mics were like.
See what it was like.
And then we chose to go to Phantom Power because there was way less people, and it was like, all right, let's fucking do this one first.
Yeah.
Because the zone, it was still like at least 20.
Well, it's interesting because like when I started, the only thing in the area was the Comedy Zone,
Yeah.
right? It would have been right as Shane Gillis was like moving to Philly and stuff. But it was still 40 people, still crazy people, but like there was no other open mic within an hour drive.
Yeah.
No,
I think there had been like
Chameleon
Chameleon Club for a little bit, maybe, but for me, I think it's an hour.
Yeah.
That's true.
But like now, like it's fallen off a little bit. But now there's like 5 open mics within like a reasonable driving distance at this point. So it's a very different like thing starting now. But yeah, I don't know. It's also hard to do that math because like I did it for 2 years, and then the first feature set I ever did at a comedy club at the Church of Satire. First feature set I did was the week everything shut down for COVID.
Nice.
And then I also, you got to throw in I lost a year to a DUI in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And so it's like 9 years, but also sort of more like 5.5 kind of.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hit
that's
COVID and started writing weird one-liners. That's where all the weird one-liners, like I just stopped doing stories and stuff. And the only thing I was writing was those things. And I'm not getting any negative feedback because I'm not going to mics and stuff. So it's just like I sat on a huge pile of those and then it just infected my whole act.
Yeah. And also when you do go to open mics, one-liners are some of the easiest because it's like if you go get 3 minutes at the Comedy Zone, it's like, well, I can't tell a story.
Well,
and it's harder to work on a story at an open mic.
There's a real utility in getting a laugh in the first 10 seconds.
For sure, yeah.
And so like, I have like one-liners I start with just because like, yeah, if you can make them laugh immediately, I kind of do, I do my opener, like 4 jokes in.
Yeah.
I do like 3 one-liners and then I do 2 that are just, 3 one-liners and then I usually do like something about the, like
In the moment kind of thing.
in
like,
the moment, what's going on, and then I do 1 or 2. I call them grumpy bits that like establish the character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that one about my headphones breaking and my coworkers having to listen to porn all day, or the one about the dermatologist. It's just like establishes like gets them on my wavelength a little bit,
Alrighty.
and then I do my opener, kind of, if that makes sense.
That's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
that makes sense.
That's insightful because that's one of the things as being much newer at it. Like you always hear about like finding your voice, and it sounds like at least you have like a grasp of that and like can work towards that when you get up there. Like
Sort of. I mean,
It's a little more conscious.
it's varied or whatever, but like
Sure,
you know,
sure.
you have an advantage starting older. You have a lot of disadvantages starting older because
for
you're
sure.
tired all the time, and you have people who actually care about you.
and I get
But-
to
Yeah.
one mic a month if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've never had this problem, but like a lot of the problems with the older guys who start is they think that their accomplishments in life matter on stage, and they don't.
No.
Right? I did a lot of stuff before I started comedy and stuff, but I realized that like that guy who's been doing it 6 months outranks me by 6 months. Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. He delivers pizza, and I had to like politely tell him, hey man, maybe take a shower before showing up at the open mic and stuff. But he's better at comedy at this point because he's been doing it longer.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like a weird, I mean, the status is like a big thing in comedy. So I don't know. I mean,
But
within the joke
is kind
and
of
outside,
it is kind of an equalizer in that like
you actually have stories to tell. You've had things that happen to you, and you know.
Then you
you'll
kind of know
more
who
stuff.
you are, as opposed to like if you're young. I mean, if you're young, you don't fucking even know who you are.
For sure. Like that's one of the things I've said before. It's like it's almost harder to start at 20, 21 or whatever, because like you're trying to learn how to do comedy, but you're also trying to figure out how to be a human being.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right,
And
right.
like, what do you know? So I mean, people who
young-
can do
and
it.
young
I mean, there's
dudes.
definitely. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's exceptions. Like Chappelle started at fucking 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but like, yeah, and I might explain why he's so.
Yeah, but I feel like some of those people. I mean, there's a difference between. I mean, I'm way too opinionated about all this shit. Like, so there's a spectrum between writing and performing, and I'm like strongly on the writing side.
Yeah,
I did.
Same. I feel that way.
Yeah, and that's great. But like, I feel like Chappelle has good jokes, and he's been doing it forever and stuff. I think he's kind of fallen off the last few, but like, he was always like, I was there when Aaliyah went on stage the first time, and Aaliyah I think she might have just wrote her first joke like this year. But Aaliyah was funny from the beginning.
Yeah.
Could just talk and people would laugh. And like, she's like so heavily weighted on that performer side that like when people who do that start figuring out how to do the joke thing, like it's hard to stop them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I got to do the other way. I have to go up there and fake charm for 15 minutes. Or
Yeah. Well, not everybody has charm, so you might not have to.
I have it. It's just
You
not
have to find your charm.
Yeah.
it's not compatible with my comedy, right? Like, because
Yeah.
my comedy is grumpy and mean and dark and stuff. And I know a lot of people think that they're dark and mean and stuff, but like my stuff is like I'm trying really hard to be nice. And you know that joke about that 8-year-old like hanging themselves is it's just I can't it's a great joke and I can't get away with it. I don't really understand what I don't understand how people do it the other way. I don't understand how people just do the observational talk about their day and people laugh. I watch people all the time and I'm like, I don't see any structure in this. I don't see punchlines. I don't know why this is funny for people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I like finding the funny in the things. It sounds cliche. You're not supposed to laugh about, like, but that you wouldn't like aren't like a funny topic. Like,
yeah,
on the surface sound like that, but if you can find it, to me that's so much more satisfying.
Yeah.
I don't.
it's just where my mind goes. I will say like I love like people who like Rory Scovel. I know Rory Scovel. I have no like he's got jokes in there.
Mm-hmm.
But so much of it is about how he says things and like the imagery he uses and like he hits it from a weird angle and stuff. Right. And it's like, so I don't understand.
Nate Bargatze's kind of like
Nate Bargatze, same fucking.
Yeah. It's
one
like
of my favorite of all time, Maria Bamford.
Yeah.
Like how, there's jokes in there, sure. But like she's just, the comedy is from being Maria Bamford and you can't.
Yeah, and I've tried to early on. I tried to do like no, I don't even want to say tried. I just would try jokes that I thought were funny, and it's the same thing. It's like I feel like I've seen comics saying shit like this, and it's just not working for me at all.
Yeah,
it's like I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Especially like Nate Bargatze's a good example of like it's just like he's funny. It's like some people are just funny, and they just figured out they're funny. It's like
Sometimes there's things like I am aware that if I go up on stage and if I act unsure and I sort of like play up a stammer kind of thing, people laugh harder. And I don't like that. Like I'm aware that it's a little bit like Nate Bargatze is a little bit like he'll like imply a punchline and then immediately step on it, but like he's approaching and then retreating real quick.
Right.
Like and it's almost like a built-in stammer to the way he goes up to it.
A little bit of like an all shucks kind of thing.
Yeah.
And people like that. And there's a version of me that would probably work for. And there's a version of you that's probably more like hokey jokey and like, hey guys, I feel like if you were in the 80s, you'd have like the big old shoulder pads.
Yeah, I could probably,
you'd be yucking it up and stuff. But like, you know, the sort of back on your heel, stand in one spot, kind of like drier thing is, you know, it's what works now.
Yeah.
So I don't know any of that stuff. Like I just know I've gotten into a specific rut, and this rut kind of works. And like, wow.
How long did it take till you kind of felt like that? Like I guess when you started, did you have like a vision of what type of comic or the kind of stuff you wanted to do? And are you doing that, or is it changed? Is it different now?
I feel like I am my own blind spot, and I think most people are their own blind spots. They just don't know it. So like I'm a self-aware blur. So I mean I still close with the first story I told on stage sometimes.
Nice.
I mean I packed in a lot more like punchlines throughout it, but that turn at the end is the exact same turn that has always been. Actually, at a certain point, a really interesting thing happened. I started taking punchlines out of the joke because it's like. It's one of those jokes that builds a lot of tension. And I realized that like I'm very uncomfortable. One of the reasons I am better with shorter jokes is if I go 15 seconds without hearing laughter, I start getting itchy.
Yeah, I'm getting better at it now.
Yeah.
But like, it used to bother me a lot more. Where it's like, all right, I'm bombing. It's like, well, no, they're listening to you.
Yeah.
Like, relax. Yeah, you want. I can see why there's comics that are like, now, fuck it, I'm all the punchlines as much as I can. I understand why they like, and I always thought that with like even like some professional comedians like Mark Normand or something. It's like sometimes they trample their own jokes with more jokes.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, just let them. Like I missed. I rewinded.
Yeah.
There's no way everybody in that room heard that second punchline. Like
I like actionable stuff. Like I forget who's that? She's very funny. Annie Lederman. Right?
Yeah.
She's funny.
I don't think she invented this or whatever, but I heard her like heckling some guy who sent in a joke, and she's like, "Hey, dummy, make the last word the funny one."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and so like I actually went through a bunch of my jokes and I like just rearranged the last sentence so that the last word is the funniest word.
Yes.
Or like you can, I do it unconsciously now. Like I'll rearrange the sentence so that the funny bit goes in the end, because the worst thing you can do is say something funny and then say three more words.
Yeah.
And that's such a basic level like thing that people don't.
Yeah, it's
realize?
simple when you realize it, but that's not how you talk all the time.
Right.
So it's like you're saying it like you are a human being, and then it's like, no, that's you got to end on.
It's real easy to get married to your initial vision of it. So vary it. It feels like
at the same time, I'm like I work a lot differently than most people. I almost always write the punchline first, and then just figure out how to get to that punchline the most efficiently. I write it backwards. So like a turn of phrase will pop in my head and I'll just write it. I'm like, how do I get to that? And that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I actually just started writing on stage a little bit for the first time at like 8 years.
Yeah.
Because I got this, I normally like, they're pretty clear and I say them pretty much exactly how I write them and stuff. And I know that's not normal, but it works for me. And recently I've just like had this stuff that I made a file on my phone called Big List of Amorphous Premises.
right.
And they're just stuff that I'm like, I know there's something funny in this, but I can't think of something. And I'm not somebody, I do like list jokes. Other people, I don't know if everybody talks about it that way, but I like one setup and then write 10 punchlines.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of jokes that are like one setup and then 10 punchlines, and those usually compact into 3 punchlines just because rule of threes. And I mean, I wrote, I thought it was funny that I did this. One time, I have it's a cum joke, so you got to use it sparingly. But it's like, you ever nut so hard? I just thought that sentence was really funny.
Yeah.
Like, you ever nut so hard, your check engine light comes on. You ever nut so hard? And I wrote 3 single-spaced 8.5 by 11 pages of "you ever nut so hard" jokes, and they got like more and more absurd and stuff. And it's like,
that could be your you might be a redneck. Like you might just make that a whole segment. That, like
I thought it was funny that it kept on going and like got more and more ridiculous and absurd, and the answers kept on getting longer and longer, and you can intersperse the long ones with the short ones. I just thought it was funny having like typewritten pages. And nobody agreed with me. I got laughs, but it was all in the first one. So it really it contracted down to, I think
it's almost like 3. A challenge to see how many you can total. Right, Just like, how many can I keep getting laughs with?
Right. Because then part of the humor is that it just keeps
for sure
going.
Like one of my oldest jokes is like extra light BDSM. And how I set that up is like different now because I tie it into this little chunk I got about being in therapy with my wife. Right. But like the joke itself was, and all that stuff kind of like, I wrote that therapy bit to get into the BDSM bit. And that one branched off into 3 other bits. So now there's like therapy itself is almost therapy is BDSM a set up for 3 different jokes about sex that if I just started coming out there as like, if I just started the BDSM joke, it never worked as well because it's like you kind of ramp into the idea.
Yeah.
So it's like, now I say, I go to therapy with my wife, and I'm not going to do all the things, but it's like she wanted to try this thing she wanted to try this thing BDSM, and I did not know what that was. I'm like, I had to make the audience spell it, and that never works. So I always go like that happened on stage. I was at an open mic, and I was like, B, bondage, D, domination. I pointed to a big fat confused guy, And he looked at me like this. I'm like, spaghetti and meatballs. We're not going to do that. And so I say that every time now. But like, it's like that one is like, I invented a new Pornhub category. It's called Extra Light BDSM. And then it's just a list joke. It's like, my safe word is ouchie. I'll get in the sex swing, but don't push me too high. I get dizzy. And I had like probably 15 of those written. And it's just like, you know, you throw it at the wall. I like that, but it's like, that's not it gets a little bit too samey. So I do probably have 4 or 5 of those list jokes, but it's a great like exercise for people to like, you know, because like a setup can be very simple and you can come up with 10 different ones. And why not?
Yeah.
Right.
Like people who read a joke and then don't come at it from different angles, like drive me nuts. Because it's like, there's more meat on that bone probably.
Right. You should at least try until it's not funny and then just take out the not funny. Because then you might get to the funniest part, and then it's like, oh well, all that other shit that was leading up to it isn't even funny. I'm actually gonna do one. I'm not even gonna list anything. I'm gonna say one punchline.
That's a good way to look at it. Like trimming the fat is important, but making sure you get all the meat off the bone is important too. Because you don't want to be one of those people that takes like 2 bites of a chicken wing and leaves half of it on the fucking bone. Like
it's like working additive versus working subtractive or whatever. One's like writing a lot and editing it down. The other one's like just trying to nail it on their first try. And I don't know. All that shit.
Well, speaking of good joke writing practice and stepping on a bit, that made me think of the roast that we did at Savannah's. And I had one where I had a perfect first joke. It was against Larry Luby. And it landed so beautifully. I was like, yeah, Larry was in the Boy Scouts. Well, not all of them. Big laugh. And then I was like, had to go for a second one. I was like, yeah, and he won the merit badge for tying nooses, which I thought was
that's pretty good.
I thought it was good. It was like implying that he was racist. Complete silence, and I think
should have got a laugh.
Yeah,
but it negated the first half because like it was a big laugh, and then that just got absolutely nothing. I was like, all right,
I lost. That was the first roast battle I ever lost. By the way, that was partially because of you.
Yep.
But mostly because the first one I wrote like jokes for every single person on that goddamn tournament. Because other places do it different, where it's like you're roasting one person, you wrote 10 jokes, and you do the
That's what we thought until the first night.
Yeah.
Here they do it like a tournament bracket, and so it's like you have to. You know, I wrote jokes for everybody pretty much that first time, right? And then there's like general jokes. You know, Sean Light's got a mustache, and the other dude's had a mustache. So I used that mustache joke on him. And whatever. But so I won that. Actually, I came in second the first one because I got to the end and Jeff Roser like had a great thing. The problem with Jeff Roser is like he's like a ghost on social media. All he posts are jokes. There's no like family pictures. There's no like, you can't tell if he's single, he's married.
I tried stalking a little bit to come up with jokes for him. I couldn't find anything.
I'm like, tell me about yourself. He's like, I work for UPS and I like professional wrestling. I'm like, you have a shitty job and you like wrestling? That's like the fucking open micer starter pack. Give me some fucking details.
Yeah.
But like what I learned from him is like he said something wild about like my kids or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I didn't really realize you could lie.
Yeah.
Because I was sort of like, I was tailoring these jokes to what I knew about people. I was just like, oh, these people don't know Jeff Rosen.
Yeah. If the joke's funny, they win.
So that's the possible autism in me. So like, I did not realize you could lie to people about people. So I won the next one, and then I won the next one. But like every time I did a roast battle, I did less work. And so by the time I got to you, I'm like, I'm not gonna have to like Damian Nopolis isn't gonna beat whoever. Like, who the fuck is Larry Luby? Like, I don't know any of these guys. I didn't write jokes for any of you guys. And then I'm just like looking at you, and I'm like, you're a regular dude. That was the joke. You're a regular dude. And then sometimes also it's weird that like I'm really roasty in regular life, but some people. I don't know. Like I've never thought of a good joke for Alex Webb, and he's skeletal looking.
Yeah.
He's like skinny. He's always wears the same.
Well, he also roasts himself with his jokes. Yeah, so it's hard to do something that he hasn't already.
Oh,
he's sort of like he's the 8 Mile thing.
Yeah. I definitely had like a judge who I won't mention fucking use one of my jokes to roast me in the roast battle. I'm like. That's my.
Oh, I thought you when you first said that, I thought you were talking about judge like with the DUI. I was like, judge, like a judge roasted you in court. Like, okay, sorry.
There's a joke that I'm sorry, I'm just all over the map. But there's actually a joke that like that's in my pile of I had earlier my pile of amorphous premises that I can't think of anything for. But I know there's something funny in the fact that I got a DUI, and then last year the lady who convicted me of that DUI. Shot her husband in the head while he was sleeping.
Oh, I saw that. That's the damn. You got convicted by a famous woman. That's amazing.
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
She seemed like a really nice lady at the time and stuff. And when she was convicting me, but I feel like there's something I can't figure out how to connect those.
Preaching to you about not drinking and driving. Meanwhile, she blew her husband's head off
I feel like
and didn't even do it right.
Everyone she ruled against should then be exonerated. If you do something way worse,
that seems fair.
Up to murder.
If the judge does something way worse,
murder and below.
Well,
you're done. You're good.
Lesser crime.
Yeah, but it's like it's itching.
Well, attempted murder.
But I can't think of anything.
She didn't succeed, by the way. If anybody's wondering, didn't we talk about? I think we talked about that one.
Yeah. She shot him and then he woke up. He woke up.
He woke up.
Oh damn!
Yeah, he didn't even know.
I think she tried to play it off. Yeah.
Yes,
for sure.
and they got to the he didn't know till the cop. I think the cops had to tell him. They were like, "Yeah, it's a gunshot wound." And she's like, I think she said that somebody. Did she say that he did it? He tried to kill himself, I think. It was either that or... No, yeah, I think she was like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
There are not a lot of nerve endings up there.
They found like gunpowder on her hand and she even... I think she did wash her hand and shit, but it wasn't enough.
But you guys know what I'm feeling though?
Like Sonia McKnight. I remember that.
For sure. Yeah. But when there's a joke there and you can't...
Yeah, 100%.
It drives me nuts.
His guy... Yeah, there's some... Yeah, there has to be, right? There's got to be a good one, too.
I've gone through my list recently and actually crossed a few off that list. Like, I just wrote the word ankle monitor down like 2 years ago. And then I finally figured out a joke for that. It's like, and it's just like sort of a one-liner. I use it in the relationship stuff. I'm not saying I have a bad taste in women. But I am saying I'm probably the only person who has ever typed ankle monitor into Pornhub, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
And I feel like you give 50 comics the prompt ankle monitor, you get 50 different takes. Generally speaking.
Yeah.
But like it makes me itch when I think there's something funny in there, and I can't connect those dots.
I have one about ankle monitor on the kid. Because
I have a whole
hospital, they put one on you that like beeps if you get too far from the mother or whatever, and I was like. I thought she'd be at least 16 before she was wearing an ankle bracelet, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't. I wonder when they started doing that too. That was
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah. There was. I think 2.
Last kid you carried out of the maternity ward wasn't beeping at all.
It was easy. Yeah, I might be part. I'm the problem.
No, he's at the nursing home. Sorry,
pushing out the wheelchair.
You saved one of those.
This one's mine.
You saved one of those bags from like a Chappelle show and just put it over their ankle.
A yonder bag.
A yonder bag.
A Faraday bag. Or just put the whole baby in the Faraday bag.
That's for sure.
Yeah, there's 2. There's one if they actually I think cross some perimeter of the building, and then there's one.
And then one if they
too
drink
far away from that, too far away from the mother or something like that, or because it would chime when they would bring her back from the nursery. It would chime it would sync.
What a simple solution to a problem that they could have stealing babies, that shit could have been solved. That technology is not new.
Is stealing babies that big a problem?
I don't know. I've seen if you watch Lifetime.
There's a lot more people trying to give them away.
If you watch Lifetime Movie Network, it's every other day it's happening. There's about 30 movies on there.
If I was in a maternity ward and I heard a ding, I would go check the microwave and make sure actually nobody microwaved one. That was
that's crazy. Was that sound? Was it the sound of the baby?
Speaking of burning, the hot mic.
Oh no!
Is this your baby? Is this your show that you put together?
Is this your baby?
I didn't know if this was an established, and then you did you start?
No,
this
I started
show?
it. I was looking around for it really came down to. I think 5 years ago they offered me to host the Comedy Zone, and I was kind of the first place I ever said no to because at that time hosts were supposed to be clean, and I have attempted clean comedy once or twice. I have clean jokes, but like I've never done a whole set successfully.
It's only 10 minutes.
Yeah, no,
You can't do. Well, it's not, and it's like
I don't understand
clean-ish.
I don't really understand what clean is for some people.
Well,
So-
for the Comedy Zone, it's no
Now-
F words
Yeah.
and no sex.
Okay, so like that's 60% of my jokes.
I guess
The
I never
sex
think of it.
But,
See,
like,
it's
it's also
funny. It's
not
funny when
graphic.
people. It's funny when people are good at those kind of jokes because you almost don't realize they're dirty jokes.
Oh, well,
You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like, oh, they're just like, and I guess I'm also biased because I think I like comedy, but like, it's like I don't even think of. But now if you say that, you're like, yeah, actually,
I was hosting the other day, and Peter Wong, super funny comic. I started my set and did it in a normal manner, and I started going into territory which I know is way too naughty for that place. It's about having sex with those conjoined twins.
gotcha. Yep.
It's a great joke. But I started doing that. I'm like, wait, I can't do this. I apologize. I'm supposed to keep this sort of like not too naughty. And then Peter Wong came on after me. He said, I had started with, you ever be so tired after sex, you fall asleep right there in Santa Claus's lap. Which is just a big, and he's like, he said he was not supposed to be naughty. And he started with a joke about making love to Santa Claus. So I'm just like, I understand they want to keep, there are some people who are like edgy with no punchline.
Well, and it's also like hosting.
They
it's
see 40 people at the mic, and it's like, oh, you don't want one of those. Like,
for sure.
Well, and if like hosting, you do want like it is your job to set the show up. It's not your job to like.
And I'm bad at that. But for the record, I'm a pretty good feature. I've headlined 1.5 times successfully. I'm good at that. One of the reasons I tried to start the hot mic was because I literally wanted to get better at hosting. That has not worked at all. I'm a little bit better, but I just am. It seems to be a significant amount of things that people do. Automatically. Mm-hmm. Autonomically is the correct word. I just had to dumb it down because he's here. But a lot of stuff people seem to do automatically. I have to like do on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I don't take the mic out of the stand is because I have to consciously take the mic out of the stand, put it behind me, turn back to the audience, hold the microphone up at the set distance. It's
all very deliberate. It's not just like.
I'm like consciously running, like I'm manually breathing the whole time, right? And other people don't seem to be like that. Mm-hmm. I just can't get over it. And also like, remember say their name last and do the I hate the fakes. Hey, wasn't that great, guys? Keep it going for all that stuff. It's so artificial for me that I can't do it. Right. And so it's very rare that I nail an intro. Like it's very fucking rare. And I really should stop. I should stop hosting at the Comedy Zone for sure. I like the crowds and stuff, but like, I just want to do comedy. I don't want to have to do this other task that's comedy.
Well, yeah, and it is a job. Like it's like it changes the whole dynamic of like going up because it's a job. You have to set the show up. And you have to go in between it's like your job is not done until the show's over. You don't get to do your set, and then you're done. You get to relax.
There's some more Coke in there.
Yeah, there's more Coke. And then like
stop this train.
The same thing with like hosting. It's your job to like set the show up. So if you are like filthy, it doesn't matter if you do well or not.
For sure.
If the headliner's clean,
there's an energy thing too. I'm great if somebody's high energy before me. I don't have to reset the room or whatever. Like a lot of people make the mistake of like trying to meet other people on their level. Mm-hmm.
Nah, you just got to do your thing.
I'm even opening up with like, hey, welcome to the medium energy portion of the evening. I have jokes. Like I'm good with that. But faking that higher level of energy, I know the rules from the outside. Just like it's why I'm good at writing jokes. So I can analyze it from the outside and break it down and figure it out. Like I know the rules for hosting. It's like, all the little details like say their name last. Keep their intro short. Don't butter them up too much because a lot of times the things that people will like throw me the fuck off is like, don't talk like Damian Robinson. I love him, but he's a great host, but he fucks me up every single fucking time because he'll say things like, this guy's the smartest guy I've ever met. I'm like, my jokes aren't smart. I'm smart. Like I'm trying to make the dummies laugh too. Don't tell them I'm smart. Now they hate me.
Like, shit, I'm doing the dumb ones tonight.
Or like he'll talk about me. He's a military veteran. It's like I have 15, 20 minutes of military stuff, It's like and it always fucks me up because I don't really do that stuff as much anymore. So if he mentions me being in the military, I
feel like you have to talk about it.
It's weird that if I don't.
Yeah.
I guess I should get over it and just do my set. But
Yeah,
Well,
for
it
sure.
is. It is weird to have like any preconceived notion. You don't. I kind of don't want any preconceived.
for
notion.
sure, yeah.
At all.
I would never bring you up as a mailman. I'm sure you have mailman jokes or whatever, or like a lot of people will bring you up based off of like stuff they know from jokes. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, comedy is surprise.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Right. Yeah, and it's better. It's better to have the element of surprise, 100%.
Yeah, and I always feel like I have to mention, like if I'm doing like a set, like a full set, I feel like I have to do Dick and Sheets jokes because my name's fucking Dick and Sheets. It feels weird if I don't at least mention that it's a weird name.
I get that. Well, I think so. Like everybody, I do think that's more like a 5-year in problem kind of.
Yeah.
It's good to have those. Like everybody, I actually did that on purpose. Everybody has that I look like joke,
Yeah.
right? And we actually have we have
a similar one, yeah.
I look like completely different like jokes. We've said the same like
You kind of do look like a before and after picture, but it depends on what the before and after picture is.
yeah, we look like
you
a
could
before
go either way. You could make jokes either way.
We look like before, during, and after.
Before deployment, after deployment. I mean, it's
we definitely
endless.
live recovery phase either way. But I don't know. But what was I even saying?
Before college, after college.
Yeah. Oh, so everybody has that like I look like joke, right? And so because it's a very cathartic thing. It's every time you come up on stage and show yourself to a group of people, there's like a tension. Like a lot of comedy is about like tension and breaking tension, right? So there's a tension when you walk up on stage because there's 40 eyes on you, 250 eyes on you, and they're all like making snap judgments about you, like everybody does. And so if you can like harness something that they all sort of agree on,
Yeah.
like that makes sense, right? It's also funny that John Wick joke, that John Thick joke. I say I look like if in that movie John Wick didn't get revenge for his dog, he just sort of ate his feelings.
Yeah.
I did that.
Fantastic joke.
It works, but like it works better now because when I wrote it like 3-4 years ago, I just said it about myself, and it was like,
Yeah.
And then I don't know where I got the idea, but I put it in the mouth of I had my kid say that to me. So I have a whole bit about my kids, and I call them the mean kid. They're not.
Yeah.
And then like I have my kid.
The mean kid was just jokes you wrote, self-deprecating
Roasted
jokes
me.
that you wrote.
For sure. Actually,
funny.
I had a fellow comic, Charlotte. She like tried to like hit like jab me with like, oh, like your kid roasting you on that joke. I'm like, Charlotte, like I wrote that joke.
Yeah. You think my kid's that smart?
We write jokes. We don't. But yeah. Like so, everybody has that like. It's a very functional way of. It's like, it's all about pattern recognition with me. So like, I just see that pattern. Everybody's got this like, how do I make people comfortable with that? You got to make people comfortable that you're going to be funny immediately, and you got to address anything weird about you. So the Dick and Sheets thing is, yes, you're right. You're never going to have to. You're going to have to be 3 specials in before you can stop addressing that probably. But also you're at the point where you could probably just not address it.
Yeah. I have not, but it just feels weird. It feels like harder to start.
Yeah.
Like it feels like if I do the Dick and Sheets jokes, it's like all right, now we're ready.
It does
ever
make
tried-
you likable.
Have
Like,
you ever tried them?
That too, yeah.
Have you ever tried them third?
No.
Have you ever done like a joke or
No,
two?
I've either done them first or never, or not.
I'm giving you homework. Maybe
that's a
try
good
them
try.
like second or third. Get a laugh.
Now, I will say,
and then address the Dick and
I
Sheets.
have not done them first if I have something funny to say about where I am.
Oh.
If it's an in the moment thing, I will, like if the host says something funny, like I think one time, the one pops into my head, Ali said something about my gorgeous hair, and I said something about, hey, can you guys walk me to my car later? It was one, like, so that
I'm just saying maybe like experiment.
Yeah.
Because I've experimented and stuff. Also, how do you do it? I don't, like, the hair thing, like, I get compliments on it a lot. I don't know how to deal with that at all because I have not done anything. I wash it once a month.
No, I don't do shit. I'd watch it once a week.
I use hot water. I comb it back in the morning.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you got such great hair. I'm like, not on purpose.
It's a man's world. I don't know what to tell
fucking
you.
neglect.
Yeah.
This is like
that's a humble brag. Oh, my hair is just naturally this.
Yeah.
Like,
you got a better hairline than I expected.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do got a pretty fucking solid hairline, huh?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's weird getting compliments about
It's
it.
it is weird, but I like my hair too, and the reason is because I always wanted long hair, and I had long hair when I was a kid, but I looked too much like a girl, and I finally tried it again, and it worked. So I'm like still kind of like, yeah, hell yeah.
I had long hair in
No, okay,
middle
see,
school, high
that's
school.
a different. Like this is just neglect. It's like literally, I don't like barber. I shaved my head for 2 decades basically.
Damn,
Like,
I can't even picture you with a bald head. That's crazy, especially when you have such nice hair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is. I have jokes about it and stuff, but it's like I don't. It's not something I think about, and so other people making a big. It's weird to me.
Yeah, it's still kind of. I still think about it because like I just grew it out like 3 years ago or whatever. So
I do have a new bit about it I really like because it's antagonistic to the audience, and I'm be interested to see what happens when I take it somewhere else. Because like it's like my hair has gotten to this really awkward like length recently, where from behind I look like every woman in central Pennsylvania. I'm like one bottle of peroxide away from never having to buy a Yingling lager ever again. Right? But it's like, that's funny because I'm making fun of half the audience at the same time. But it's like, it's also sort of a local joke.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see if that works in Baltimore, or I'm going to California at the end of the month. Like, would I do that?
that probably won't work in like LA or something like that. You
'cause
have to
they're
say,
You have to figure out whatever
the women aren't-
California's version of that is.
Because the women aren't
There's-
built mini fridges. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Well, there's probably some part of California that is
You have
that
to-
everyone makes fun of, like
San
they're
Jose, or
that
say something
So
that's
you just have
like-
to find that part of California.
I just
or,
like that I'm
you know.
calling them fat by being fat. That's gonna be interesting. I'm driving out. It's gonna be.
oh wow.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I feel a lot of like uncertainty about the world, and I have like a certain amount of PTSD. Between like, I grew up in a trailer with no electricity, with 7 brothers and sisters. Between that and like going straight to Fallujah, I have PTSD, but I feel like it's completely reasonable.
Yeah.
Like
Just awareness, just general awareness.
the farther away I get from home, the more likely I am to wear hiking boots because I might need to walk back.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. No, No, I have a bug out bag. I get it.
Yeah, the shit that's in my Prius. Not to be, like, I mean, there's not a lot of Priuses out there with an axe in it, and
I never
there's
carry
a
mine in a
tent.
car, but I also work 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah,
So that helps.
yeah. So I'm like, I'm about to. I could have flew to the other side of the country, and I've done so, but it's like a whole thing. So I'm taking the opportunity to take my kid across.
That actually, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I've never flown at all, so I've never done any of like
anywhere?
No. The only thing I've been in is a helicopter once. It was for a tour.
They're overrated.
I actually thought it was really fun,
Well,
but
probably the ones that you were. Probably
I'm sure you had
There's probably
less.
an element of. Heightened-
One time they took off while I was getting off, and I got 100 pounds of gear, and then I plummeted 8 feet into an Iraqi farm field. And luckily, they had just like flooded their fields because that's how they do with the irrigation and stuff.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if I went hip deep in this fucking mud, and then they tried to sit down immediately afterwards and almost landed on my ass. And it's like I've jumped out of helicopters, which is like. That's a terrifying thing too, because you jump out of airplanes and like there's a very specific thing. It's like, no, I mean, it's not nothing. It sucks.
I was gonna say the airplane's gone though. The helicopter's still staying there.
Well, no. The difference that fucks you up is when you jump out of an airplane, it's static line. So you're just like shuffling up, and there's a guy like collecting all these things, and you got to do everything right, because if you fuck up, like people have been beheaded and stuff because their static line wraps around their neck and pops their head off because you jump out going 100 miles an hour and it's only like 1,200 feet in the air, and that's a high jump.
Yeah.
So you have 6 seconds before you hit the ground if you don't hit your reserve and your parachute doesn't. There's a whole fucking. It's not fun.
No.
First time I ever saw a civilian. First time after airborne school, and you hit the ground going 35 miles an hour, right? Like you have to keep both your legs together so you don't break something.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever saw a civilian land in a parachute, like after I went to airborne school, I was just angry. They just they like landed on their tippy toes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
It's just like they flared out and like fuck. I just like hated it. But jumping out of the helicopter is fucked because the best Cadillac experience is if you jump with special forces and stuff. They have these little prop aircraft called Sherpas. Just like fit 16 guys in it or something like that. And so you're just out there chilling. First time I did it, I was like a specialist. I was low ranking and stuff. I go over there and you're used to the 82nd. You spend 6 hours in a tight ass harness, not allowed to move. And you have a spring loaded, reserve chute on here. And if you jiggle it wrong, it'll like shoot your spare chute out 16 feet. It's a big fucking deal. Everything's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And first time I jumped with special forces,
It's a big fucking deal. Like, so
yeah, and that's on the ground. 'Cause if that happens in the aircraft, like there's 20 people hooked up in front of you. If that shit gets sucked out of the plane, you need to beat that chute to the aircraft, or you're all getting like pulled through that door like a meat extruder.
yeah.
First time I jumped with special forces though is like we're sitting around. I was a specialist, but I had a buddy there, and like we're with the cool guys, and we're looking around. Usually have these guys called you have jump masters, right? Who like check all your gear, and it's very very like rigid. And I went over and I'm like, hey, Sard, is somebody gonna check our chutes? And he says, "You feel confident?" Said, "Yeah." He's like, and he gave me a thumbs up and walked away.
It's like I did until you asked that.
Yeah, so like a Sherpa though is like it's just like a little tiny aircraft. They land right in front of you. You get on the thing, they fly up. You jump out, and then you don't have to run a mile back to the collection point in the dark with all your shit on you. It's just a civilized way to do business. The problem with the helicopter though is when you jump out of a C-130 or Starlifter or whatever, they say you do this, you plant, you jump, and you're supposed to cover your chute and bend over. And you do have to bend over because I had my helmet ripped off once and then had to walk around for an hour to find that shit. But you're supposed to go 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. If you get to 4,000 and like your chute doesn't open, you're supposed to look around you and assess whether you're falling faster than everybody else, and then consider fucking hitting your reserve chute. But at that point, you have about a second and a half before you hit the dirt.
Yeah.
So, but they say 5 seconds, but it's never 5 seconds. It's 1,000, 2,000.
Yeah.
Just a fucking. And the thing about jumping out of a Chinook is. They say 6 seconds, and it is a hard 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And when you're used to 3.5 seconds, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, and then like that was like
You get the light at 5 seconds. You better fucking not run it. Like,
yeah, especially when running the light is just
Yeah. Don't run the light because you won't run again.
oh, dude. Yeah, no, that was a little ass puckering. Helicopters, fuck them. I've had some cool experiences on this stuff, but. I don't know how we got on this.
Yeah. You're talking about driving out to California.
right.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to see a buddy who keeps on trying to off himself. Army buddy. He's a great dude. We did a couple deployments together. And he's doing, I don't know, man. He's a great dude, but he's, the PTSD hits people different. And some people are wired to deal with it. And, I'm perfectly fine, which means I'm probably a sociopath.
Yeah.
And everybody else who was on my team is deeply fucked.
You got a lot rooting against you. PTSD, comedy. Well, yeah, you are a sociopath.
That's actually one of the things I kind of would like to talk about on stage, but I can't really because it's like, here's my problem is like all my friends currently are either like stand-up comedians or like war buddies. And those are two groups that have really fucked up senses of humor.
Yeah.
And so like the kind of shit that I say to Malik, right? If I said that to just a nice, normal black dude,
Yeah.
that's a hate crime. I walked up to him once. I said, hey, man, I didn't know they made Skechers in Magnum. But like sometimes I worry about like fucking I'll just deal with normal people and just I'll I'll get too comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Fannis, like, yeah, I can say whatever I want about Fannis. Although, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories. It's one of those situations where I've been on, it's like in green rooms or on podcasts and stuff, and like tell stories, and people are like, oh, why don't you say that in your act and stuff? I'm like, I write jokes.
Also,
Yeah, it's a different.
it never ceases to amaze me how weird people get about veteran stuff.
Oh yeah,
Because
for sure.
it's like you can say like, oh, I'm a veteran, you get fucking a round of applause, and then you start making jokes about it, and they're like, no.
About my life.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
But I started that show 100% because of Malik. Because Malik was running 0 Day, and it's a lot of work to book a show. And he kind of, the guy from Revolutionary Hot Sauce hit him up about a show, and he didn't want to do it, kind of.
Yeah.
And, you know, I got speakers, I got a mic, I can do posters, I can book it. So I kind of did it just to kind of have a show that I had to host and stuff. It's been good because I've been able to try to put some of my opinions into action. Like, so like one of the hardest things that I've done, like I think one of the harder things, at least around here, is bridging that gap between a guest spot and a feature spot. It's so hard to get like a 20-minute spot anywhere, or even a 15-minute spot. Because it's easy to get 7 minutes, 10 minutes here.
But
and
a lot
there.
of people like doing showcases.
Yeah.
And then also there's like less people that can do longer time.
Well, it's both things.
So it's a common, yeah.
It's like, it's both things. It's like I generally have at least one like real deal headliner on every show. So for them, it's like if they have a date they can fill in on, like I actually pay the comics okay. And for them, 20 minutes is no pressure and stuff. So I usually try to get one headliner as an anchor, and then I get 2 other people to do 20. And I'm like, hey, if you've never done 20, you think you can do 15, I don't really care. Because it's not, the guy at the hot sauce place doesn't pay me anything. And I have never made money. And so he's cool enough to set up chairs and let me do it on a Friday night, and that's pretty much like the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Although I have wanted to stop doing that show since pretty much the second show. It's
It was fun having done it. I mean,
it's so much more fun to be on somebody else's show than to show up an hour early and set up speakers and set up lights and chase down comics for headshots. And then that lineup changed 3 times. And only one of them was my fault. Because I told Macaulay and Damian Robinson the wrong fucking months. I don't really operate according to time and stuff. I just got so much shit.
which is funny being an army dude. That's like, 600 hours. Like
That's why he's like, fuck, I'm not.
No. I can time my microwave to the second, right? But like, I can't tell you what I'm going to be doing in a week.
Okay,
Two
fair
weeks.
enough.
It's like I can do, in the now, I'm good. Like, it's just I don't know, man. Plus, I don't really get a huge, like, I'm not like making money, and also I'm doing the tasking comedy I hate the most, right?
Yeah.
So it's fine, but
it's also, you've been doing it most of the year. I don't know when you started, but I mean, it's still relatively new. So, like, do you feel like there's time to grow? Yeah.
No, there's no room to grow. It's not going anywhere. I might try to find a bigger venue. It's a great venue. The hot sauce is actually really good, which is a relief.
Yeah, I had some tacos that were really fucking good.
I told him the same thing as I told Jim Bryan back in the day when I was like a year into comedy when he said when I found out he was like starting a comedy club. I was like, hey, I used to build stages for theaters for like a living. I can do this for you. You're just going to have to give me a golden ticket so I can come to any show I want. And also you're going to have to listen to my shitty jokes. And so that's how that happened. But like, same thing with this is like, sorry. So that's how that happened. And then the first time I saw Jim Bryan do comedy was like the first show at the club.
Yeah.
So I've been working with him for like 2-3 months while I built it and stuff. And then I didn't realize till halfway through. I'm like, I don't know if this guy is funny or not.
Yeah.
You imagine like working for someone for 2 months and then the guy sucks at comedy. Yeah. And then I saw him do comedy. Who's good. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Same thing with the hot sauce place. I was like,
oh no, what if it's bad?
Yeah. Like a comic who shall remain nameless had a really rough set. He was like a last minute fill in and stuff. I don't think he was like ready for it, but like he bombed so hard. I kind of lit him at 10 minutes. Never done that before or since. But I thought maybe like to reset the room, I would just take some Carolina Reaper hot sauce and chug it. And it did not get a laugh.
I thought I thought it was
them.
I thought I was bad at hosting before. Turns out, when you're crying,
it was
it's even
fine.
worse.
It's just like I didn't get a laugh or anything about it, but I did discover that the hot sauce is actually delicious. I ended up taking it home and finishing it.
That's a shame I chugged this.
Should have savored it, but yeah. So it's good and it's bad. It's like it's good to get people an opportunity to do longer spots and stuff. It also doesn't go through your Rolodex as fast, right?
Yeah, when you're not doing
because Damien's trying to do
person.
5 people, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and that goes through everybody you know immediately. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that happened. I feel like that happened with Malik. I mean, he did a lot of the shows too.
Yeah,
like they haven't done it in a while. He's been doing a bunch of them, so he kind of went through all of the local comics.
Yeah, for sure.
Now he branches out, so he knows people from like Philly and stuff as well. But
part of the numbers behind it is like I don't really make money on it, so like I would like to bring in people from Philly. I brought in a bunch of people from Baltimore and stuff, but I'd love to bring in people from further afield in New York and like I don't know. It's harder to justify paying them money to come here when I'm gonna not have any.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Since
although
you're paying them, but like,
some of those dudes will come out for kind of nothing. Actually, there's this kid, Greg Giraldo Jr.
Yes,
right. I was on a show or two with him. Really nice kid. I saw him in Atlantic City and stuff. I actually made a mistake of I'm like, hey, how much would it cost to get you out to thing? And he's like, I think I could do it for $60. And I'm like, hey, don't do that. I'm like, I mean, I know that you're young and like hungry and you just want to do shows and stuff, but like $60 is not enough for you to go 3 hours. I didn't realize until later that we were sitting next to the booker who had probably paid him $60.
But did he travel 3 hours to get there?
Yeah.
Oh,
for
well
sure.
then-
From
well then-
Atlantic City. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a great show and stuff. Not like cutting on the booker and stuff. But
that is very funny.
There's no money. There's no money in this at our level. It's fucking. There's anti-money. I bought a Prius for comedy, which means I'm $43,000 in the hole.
Damn, I didn't realize they start that high.
I got a nice.
But your comedic carbon footprint will be lighter, right?
It's I don't know, man. Everything's a pain in the ass. Everything's terrible.
Well, I don't
But
know.
hey, I'm going out to California, so if you got something,
You got any spots for me?
It was a fun hang. I felt a little sloppy in my delivery.
why is
But-
that? I don't think it was. I mean,
Well, then never
I didn't
mind.
listen to
You
you.
should
That
see him
was perfect.
deliver. You should see him deliver mail.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I actually care about the comedy. I mean,
I was gonna say. I thought you were about to say.
Oh
the
no!
other
Did
way.
you look at your notes?
no, not that. I felt like I was tripping over words, and then like
That just happens. I think
Yeah,
you
yeah.
notice it more. I get in that a lot.
I tried to not let it get in my head, and I felt like I did a good job of that, of staying loose, even though I felt sloppy. Whereas before, I would kind of like been like, oh no, and like freeze up, and I just kind of like.
That's just an experience.
Just
thing.
had to not give.
I have
fuck
whole
kinda
sets where
feeling.
I'm completely disassociated the whole time, and people tell me it's fine.
Yeah.
Like fucking, I don't know, man. I get thrown off really, really easy by like stuff that does not throw off other people. So like, not being the. I'm not trying to be the 40,000s comic to claim autism and stuff, but like I have a real thing about noise, and like
Yeah.
there's a hum in the mic,
Ooh, yeah.
or like there was a last 2 shows ago was a train whistle the whole time, and then halfway through the
Think you'd
train
love
whistle
that
going
one.
through, they put the garage door down, which took 3 fucking minutes, and I'm still trying to do my jokes over top, and I'm like maybe I'll turn this into comedy gold. It did not turn it into comedy gold, and then there was a thing where the mic and the same fucking thing, they had the noise limiter on, and so it was either way too fucking loud or like not loud at all, and it sounded like I was talking through a tin can.
Yeah.
And it's like, one of my army buddies drove like to see me do this shit, and I'm just like sweating, and then the guy walks over, presses a button, and all of a sudden there's a normal functioning mic, and then the last 7 minutes of my set was great.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm rule based kind of in a weird way, and so like I just get really annoyed. I did 15 minutes and they put me up first. after like a guy who told some street jokes to host, and then they had somebody do 7 minutes after me, and I'm like, whoa.
Was it? Well, I guess guest spots they'll do that.
But I did 15.
Yeah, they do that. With sometimes, yeah.
Why not put like
the guest
7
spot
minutes
set first?
They had
yeah.
2 people after me before the headliner.
Oh, okay.
The headliner was really good. Kenny Rooster, they were great, and nobody else did bad or whatever. But like, I definitely would have done 15 minutes better, like tucked in the middle where the crowd was prepared and like holes. So I know exactly the nightmare that all these comics that I'm hosting for go through.
Yeah.
When I fuck it up,
you get to not make those mistakes.
No, I'm incapable of not making those mistakes. I'm a terrible fucking host. Don't book me as a host. Also, no Veterans Day show. People hate that shit because it's not veterans who go to Veterans Day shows. It's people who like support the troops, and they don't like my take. Yeah. I got 10 minutes about homeless vets. Let's do this. Fucking no. All right, Mike Quinlan, continue to book me on Veterans Day shows. Because Mike Quinlan's listening is a tramp stamp.
Is he?
Stamp tramp?
Stamp tramp?
Stamp tramp. Oh, for sure.
Lies.
Were you really? Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. There was like a glimmer of hope in your eyes.
I just was surprised that
that's not the
thing.
truth.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
How many people listen to this?
I don't know. I kind of forget.
Anywhere between 50 and 100 a week.
That's a real podcast. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're famous now, man.
We have way more followers, but not all of those followers actually listen every week.
Yeah. I actually recorded, like, I started 2 separate podcasts and wouldn't release either of them. The first one was just like there's no structure, and it just turned into me just roasting Brandon Fusen the whole time. And how many times can you make a joke about how big a guy's gums are before you like fucking like? And it just kind of we recorded like 7 of those things, and I didn't put out any of them because it was just like it wasn't going anywhere. And then I tried to like do a big one. It was called Out for Milk, and it was like me and Sonny Etzler and some other dude who I'm not going to name because fuck that guy. But it was like, okay, we're 3 very different dudes, but we're all stand-up comics who have kids. And like, that was like the structure. And it's like, we had like an underlying thing. So we like, I'm like, all right, here's what we'll do. First episode, we'll do Sonny, right? And we'll go through his background and stuff. And we'll like kind of get to know Sonny. Second episode will be me. The third episode will be this other dude. And then first episode went great. Honestly, super legit. Probably couldn't have gone better. Second episode was me. And the dude, do you know what a tanky is? Somebody who's like very like Stalinist, pro-communist.
Oh.
Okay.
I was just trying to keep it light and stuff, but he's like, at one point, he just like fully goes, you know, I don't understand how a relatively smart guy could like work for an evil empire. I'm like, motherfucker, listen, you're literally recording this podcast on $1,200 worth of equipment that I bought with my disability check, you fucking hypocritical.
Yeah.
And like, so I'm just like, I got the sense that this is a guy who's relatively smart and was used to doing the sort of Gish Gallup college debate, talking over people, browbeating them and stuff. And so I just said, you know what?
Prove me wrong.
I tried to pivot and I have witnesses. I tried. Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. Bad, Damien.
Sorry.
I tried to pivot and like keep it light and stuff. And at a certain point, I just said, all right, we're going to fucking do this. And I yelled at him for 45 minutes. And it's a great piece of podcasting, but like, I'm not putting that out there into the universe. Because fuck that guy for like telling me what Afghanistan was like is what he was doing. It's like, So there's 3 guys on my comedy fuck those guys list.
Well, that ruins my truth or malort.
Oh, I like Malort.
You like Malort?
What is the fucking deal?
Why is it as soon as we started doing this, everybody likes Malort?
I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was going to be a thing where it was like torture for people.
I like, I went to Chicago, you know, to visit another like dying veteran friend. Hey, that's a twofer. And I went to an open mic and they thought they were going to be funny and like give me a shot of Malort. And I'm like, I drink Fernet Branca on purpose. This is very adjacent. It's just like I like bitter. It's fun. It's fun. I think it's kind of being popular because I never heard about it before then, and now I sort of hear about it now. I don't know if that's like.
Well, Malik brought it into our scene.
I'm gonna say that it's our influence. I think Malort has gotten the attempted delivery bump.
I think, that's right.
Yeah,
It probably has nothing to do with Malik Stark bringing
No,
it.
not at all. No.
Bringing it to the Harrisburg.
Or
You do kinda
being
look
a
like-
Chicago staple.
You do kind of look like 65% of dudes from Chicago. You look deep dish as fuck, dude.
That's right.
Called you a deep dish motherfucker.
Deep dish, motherfucker.
That's the fucking deep dish pizza calling the fucking.
That's the deep dish pizza calling the deep dish
yeah,
pizza.
No.
Saucy.
First off, meat lover. For the ladies.
Fucking
So what
Luminato
truth of the...
My my
number
go-to, because I don't know, my go-to has been
who do you hate in comedy? Do you want names?
Who's your least favorite local comic?
comic.
But you just like named several, and I
don't
kind of
think I
already know
named most
No,
of
you
them.
didn't name any.
I mean, like, name... Okay, so...
But the whole point of it is that people don't usually want to name or take the shot. So, but if people are so willing to name somebody they don't like and take the shot, the game means nothing.
I'm very comfortable with conflict and stuff. There is another person I thought of, right? And he's more like... He's always been super cordial. I don't have a good enough reason to not like this guy. He's always been super cordial to me. It's just that we started sort of in a similar time, and we talk about similar dark sex stuff. And he's also an old man, and he never really dies. I feel like you should cut all this shit out. I don't really care.
Oh, don't worry. I'm bleeping the names. That's what you think I'm right. You think I'm texting right now? I'm writing notes.
Just everything after like 78 minutes, probably.
I'm not going to cut it.
I
I'm just
don't
going to bleep
really.
the
I don't
name.
really care. It's like now we're grown ups. We're not going to get in a fight. Also, he doesn't book me anyway, so whatever. He booked me one time, and it was like one of those situations. He booked me because it was up by the Fort Indian Town Gap. I didn't know this was the case. He booked me just because he thought that like the military would like me, and like that's not. I mean, you could have asked me. I would have said like I had a good set that night or whatever. But like it's like I'm not like a army comic, even though I was in the army. Like it's not.
I don't know if there is there a such thing. You know what I mean? Like I think they're just people.
And also, you don't want to get pigeonholed as just that. Like it feels limiting.
It'd be like that would be like booking like a female comic for a female show. It's like no, women like men too. It's not like they need. It's almost
a
like
little bit
pandering.
Well, it's like if a black guy was only ever booked on fucking Martin Luther King Day.
Sure, yeah,
Like-
yeah.
For a long time there, I was not getting booked for anything but Veterans Day show.
Yeah.
And it's like those don't ever go. I'm pretty okay at comedy. Put me on any other show. So I don't know. Man.
and that's only one
It's also
facet of what you do.
Me
It's
talking
not-
about the military. That's 15 fucking years ago. Like that's like you guys talking about high school. That's like that's. I mean, and if you had a joke talking about high school, that's probably a good joke, right? But like, I don't want to have to. I don't even like bringing up the military stuff because it's like I feel like I have to do 10 minutes on it every time I bring it up. But I don't know. You do feel pigeonholed, but at the same time, the double-edged sword is there's so many like fat old white guys with beards, and like it is one of the only thing that differentiates me from people a little bit. So I mean, I don't know. You take what you're given or whatever, but really annoyed by me. I've never. He's like. I'm pretty sure he wanted to fight me one time.
I can, yeah. I can imagine.
And I probably said something flippant to him that was like rude, but I don't know, man. I've never had. I like that guy. He's a weird dude, but he's a nice guy. Like he definitely wanted to fight me though. But fuck time. Women's wrestling isn't real. I don't know.
just like their orgasms. I don't know.
Actually, I wish you weren't here because like you'd be an easy target to just fuck dick and sheets.
yeah, that's fair. I like that. I love it. I think it's fun.
Fuck people who like pretend they're friends with me and then have never booked me on a comics name and friends show. Fuck you. Like I know how that goes.
It's such a funny thing to say.
And also, you didn't invite me to your wedding, which was a week and a half ago. I don't know. We're fine. He also didn't invite me to his wedding.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
You didn't ask you to do the toast? Like what?
I would have brought too much sexual tension. I don't know how to land this.
Anything you want to promote? You've already talked down the Hot Mic show.
See, I've shit talked my own show. I've talked about 7 very fine local comics. What else?
I'm sure you're gonna leave here and just have nothing but a glowing.
No, this was fun.
This was fun, I guess.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear your next podcast. Fucking attempted delivery. And there's stamp tramps.
Okay, so stamp tramps is pretty like
It's fucking good. Play on tramp stamps, the postal stamp thing. It's
I'm gonna lick you right in the mailbox. I'm not saying I can come up with anything clever. I'm just saying stamp tramps.
It just feels like it's what it has to be. You know what I mean? Like, what else would it be? Everything else would be like nerdy. Like everything involving the mail is just
it's combining
nerdy.
the postal theme along with the solitary like tramp life of like a comic. Like it's like
Is that
now
what it
you're.
was?
Now I feel like now you're
bullshit.
just justifying.
that was my original. Go back to the episode where we announced it. I was like,
Okay,
I was
now I
trying
like
to
it
think,
less. I thought it was just you calling them sluts.
Well, that too. I mean, that's part of it. It's an onion. It's multi-layered. Look, you keep telling people you didn't respect me enough to write roast jokes about me, but the truth is, I didn't have to try very hard.
Yeah.
So
Well, I will say you didn't go for the only reason it really worked out. I can't think of anything funny. You're just regular.
that's fair enough.
You just I don't know, man.
There's nothing remarkable about me. I'm fully aware.
I feel like your daughter grabs random men by the hand at malls every time she goes to a mall. Because there's
save
10
me.
of you.
I got you.
Because there's 10 of you.
That's fair.
And then doesn't realize it. Just walking down to why is dad look
That might
different?
actually be how you got your daughter. They just I don't know, man.
That's fair. So yeah, anything you want to promote?
When's the next hot mic?
Quitting comedy. I'm hosting the Comedy Zone this weekend.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I picked the guy specifically.
Unfortunately, this will not come out this week. So sorry. Don't worry. Nobody was going to come out and be like, "I've heard you on Attempted Delivery."
It's funny. The only 2 shows I got coming up that I can think of are the Comedy Zone, which I bitched about. The guy who sort of runs it, and a Veterans Day show, which
Well, this will. I'll make sure this. I don't know. I forget when. This will definitely come out by Veterans Day. So, plug that. Plug the show you're super psyched about. your favorite type of show.
Here's the joke that will get me the most hate at that show. I love Veterans Day, obviously, because at least where I live, they don't collect the garbage on Veterans Day, which lets the homeless vets have a nice leisurely meal for once. Super respectful. That joke always bombs
That'll work.
at a Veterans Day show. But I'm going to California end of the month. If you are a person who wants to see this in person and wants to put me on a spot, that's fine. The only person I know out in California currently is that person I was talking shit about before You know how I was talking shit about all these people the whole way through, right?
that people actually know the names of.
Almost
and
one
some
of
them
those-
actually listen to the podcast.
Almost every single one of those dudes is a guy I'm okay with, right? The person who's out in California is a guy who, you know how the kids say on site? On site. He said some very unkind things that I would like to remonstrate vociferously.
Well, I don't know what that word means. So,
Yeah. As somebody who did one of your shows. It was enjoyable, so I thank you for your service. We'll see you next Thursday.
Taking this with me.
Take it easy.